What's up, Nick? I was just about to switch over to Instagram if nobody joined. Finishing two more. Second to last one. What's up, Zach? What's going on, man? Just finishing touch on some of these handles for Mr. Mescalero. What's up, Sweet Lou? Freaking beetle just dive bombed me. Awesome, Brett. I briefly just got your message when I posted my story. I got to check to make sure I received it, but I know you're good for it. We got a couple of updates on some live brushes. I'll give in a second, and then return a couple. I'm freaking tired though. My wife basically does event management among other things for University of Florida, and she had a big kind of like recruiting event, if you will, today. Um, she wanted she wanted me to go there and partake. So of course the former event manager and me kind of took over. And it was about 118 degrees. Not really, but like I think it probably felt like 105. Um, so just sweating my butt off all day. Um, and then I've been out here in the shop since we got home at like 4. So it's 10:30 now Eastern here. So been a long night in the shop. All right, last one. Yeah. Uh, well, you can see right now the fan is a little bit closer than it usually is, just because I'm just hot overall from the day. But 84 degrees, 74% humidity in the shop right now. At 10:30 at night, 84 degrees in the shop. Yeah, Brett's in that dry Arizona. I will say I prefer the dry heat for sure. Like it's the humidity is what's god awful. Dry heat, you feel like you're melting. but you don't sweat quite as much. You get 95 and 60% humidity, and it's like, I mean, you can't stop. You're literally melting. Like, you cannot stop sweating. Baking, sorry. In the desert, you feel like you're baking. In Florida, you feel like you're melting. And it just comes out of everywhere. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I'm not saying Arizona's not bad because heat is heat, but I would definitely prefer the dry heat over like right now in the shop. It's just like temperature wise, it's not that bad, but it's just so damn sticky, just disgusting. Well, Brett, you know, you lived in um, Miami. You guys got a little breeze down there, but you know the humidity difference. What's up, Scott Moore? Yeah, that's kind of what I figured you would say. You give me dry heat on a golf course over freaking humidity all day long. All right, let's let me get this last little bit of compound out of here. I'm sure I didn't miss anything. Nice, Zach. Day off is always a good thing. All right. I feel like this is probably the I think y'all probably agree or let me know. This is probably the best angle to show off rushes. So the other night I turned a bunch live. Um I did a bunch for Nick. Well, I did two for Nick live, and then he actually liked a couple others that I did. One that I did in that live, and then one that I had already turned but showed off. So this is one that I turned live that Nick actually liked enough that he said he wanted to add this one as well. So this is fully finished. She's ready for a coin. Um, all good to go. You can see that beautiful turquoise. Those lines actually came out really, really nicely. Love this shape. Fits really well in the hand. She's good to go. Oh, if that's better. So that's number one. Finished up a couple others um, that I'll get back to yours in a second, Nick. I did one of these live, and it was a stunner pour that one of the gentlemen in the live actually claimed. So that is, if y'all remember that one that I turned, absolute stunner. This you got to see this one in person for it to really do it justice. Um, that one's been claimed, and I do want to try to recreate that ferrule. So, Mike, if you're watching, I am going to take a picture of that ferrule before I send it out. So that just needs, I believe he said he wants an abominable A1 in that. So, and as usual, I feel like the finish just looks like crap on camera. If you guys have, I think pretty much everybody has a brush from me in here. I think you guys could agree the finish on these looks way better in person. um, yeah, Brett, I'm gonna try to make this. I love the the tapered belly, but then that round end to it makes it real, like, even more comfortable than the squared off ones. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna put a Space Yeti coin in that one. If the humidity cooperates, I actually have another coin that would be an even better fit that I'm gonna try to pour one before I send it out. But I also don't want to make anybody wait just while I come up with a coin. So then this one we turned. This one actually, Jeremy was really interested in this one. Um, and this one actually came out with a bunch of air bubbles. And Mike actually still said that he wanted it. So I did finish that one. So there are some ugly air bubbles in that. But if you can see the freaking pour on that one, and that one has got a standard lathered Yeti coin in it. Looks freaking fantastic. Really cool new shape that I've been playing around with. So if anybody wants one in that shape, Brett, you might like that for your bowl lathers. It's actually a lot more comfortable than it looks. Uh, you might like that one. It's tall boy too. Very cool little handle on that one as well. And then the rest of Nick's, this is another one that Nick saw and fell in love with it, I guess. So this is one, it's almost like a Halloween beehive. There's still some polish in there that I gotta probably put this in ultrasonic before I send it out to Nick. But this is one that's got some beautiful, like, kind of carbon metallic orange and black in it. Just like almost like a paint splatter. And it almost kind of, it's very like metallic and reflective, like in the light. But those hive lines came out really, really nicely. Really pleased with how well the hide lines came up on that one. And Nick, I think you'll agree that one, the Voodoo Yeti Origins coin just made sense for that one. Halloween. Uh, I put the Voodoo Yeti label coin in it, and it just didn't look quite as nice as that Voodoo Origins coin. So that one's going to Nick. Nick is very rapidly approaching the punch card status. So thank you, Nick, for all of the support. I think he wants an A1 in this one. I got to check our text, but that is another one for Nick. And then finally, the last two, which are the ones that were actually customs for Nick. He had an incredible idea of doing some uh, modern pours on vintage shapes with kind of vintage inspired colors. So this is inspired by a rubber set. Um, and if you guys saw the live the other night, I turned this one live. So Nick, this is how that one came out. She finished up really beautifully. She looks freaking great. She looks freaking great. You see that ferrule, sparklers, the sparkles look really even better in person. Figure out this light. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can mount the knot too. What's up, bald badger? Yeah, I can mount the knot. I typically prefer not to epoxy it for for my side of things. Epoxy is super easy. Set it and forget it. Love it. Uh, for your side of things, I just like to give you the option because if you want a silicone, um, then I want to make sure I'm not one that likes to dictate knots and handles. I know how quickly preferences change in this hobby. So you might get this with an abominable A1 and then go on a badger kick, and this becomes your most ergonomic favorite handle shape to use. And then you decide you want to put a bore in it. So I like to kind of leave that up to you. So I can epoxy. Typically, I silicone though. I was doing plumber's tape for a little while, and that just got a little too hard to control the quality assurance like from user to user. So we kind of nixed the silicone, but you can see my grubby hands are getting all over it. She's going to get one last shine before she goes in the box. She's going to get, believe Nick said, I actually only have two Avalanche synthetics left, and Nick claimed the last two. So I believe Nick said that these are both going to get the Avalanche synthetics. So just for true to scale, I've got my dusty, dirty little Avalanche synthetic out here. So Nick, minus the plumber's tape hanging out. That's what you're going to be looking like, my friend. And that looks freaking fantastic, to be honest with you. Great shape. Nick had an awesome idea with this, awesome shape in mind. This one is going to be, uh, this one was inspired by a rubber set. So I think we kind of got that nailed. Not perfect, but I think it's kind of along those lines. So, but you can really see that finish, that beautiful green, really coming through. What's up, No Name Bear? And then the other one, I can't remember what the vintage that it was inspired by was, but Nick basically wanted a black top on an orange bottom. So this is the second one that I came up with. Well, that he came up with, but so that is the other one. Again, that's kind of a little mock run up of how it's going to look with that Avalanche synthetic in it, Nick. So those are good to go. Good to go. Good to go. And you can see that orange kind of creamsicle bottom just turned out beautifully. That black kind of glossy top. Gosh, this finish just looks horrible on camera, but so that's how we ended up. So Nick's got a handful that are going to go out this week. I just got to get them coins put in them. Uh, I was going to wet sand this one, this bad boy, uh, but I honestly just got tired of wet sanding and wanted to finish those brushes. So we turned this one live last time as well. That's a molten pour, and again, that ferrule shape is one that I really want to recreate. You see how beautiful that molten pour looks. Just explosive orange, yellow, reds, color shifting black in there. Um, really freaking awesome. And then, of course, we've got a special edition coin for it. That is the molten Yeti coin that goes in the bottom as well. Um, uh, Probably not, Nick. I could try to recreate it, but maybe I could, but I don't have them printed. There's like a whole process. I gotta like send them to get printed, then I gotta pick them up, and then cut them out. Then they gotta get cast, and then they usually take about 3 days. Well, about a day to cast, and then 3 days to harden to where they can like be put in the brush. So I probably could, but you'd probably just have to wait on them a bit longer. What's up, Eric? Let me fill the alcohol real quick. I love showing off that molten pour. Um, and also we're gonna need it for later anyways. Does anybody want to see current inventory that is available? Like available, ready to be shipped out tomorrow. This is one. This one's really cool. I'll probably knock about $5 off of this because uh freaking super glue is being stubborn on the bottom. I put a little too much on the coin, so there's a little bit of a ring there. But this pour is freaking fantastic. Uh Somehow the it started as white dye with like a little bit of turquoise in the mica, and then somehow the mica and the white dye like blended, and it became like this rich turquoise. But then there's also like a color shift throughout, if you can see that. um you can kind of see it there. Yeah, I'm right there too. Yeah, there's kind of like a color shift that kind of flashes throughout. Very, very cool brush. That one is available. I did finish this one up. This is a jar style handle. Um, this is a beautiful jar style. It's got some really unique color shifts to it. This would have been one of those more expensive color shift powders that I talked about on my last live. This one's very, very cool. Super ergonomic, fits really, really well in the hand. Um, Really, really great shape. Great pour on that one too. Very cool stuff. Like I said, that one is available and ready to be shipped out. Um, I've got another jar style. This is almost like a. They're a little dusty because they're next to the lathe, but this is a bigger jar style, a little bit more bulbous, and this is almost like a copper ore pour. Very cool pour on this one. Love the collar on this one. Um, that one is also available, ready to be shipped out. Let's see if there are any others. I think I got one more over here. I got one in the office too, but that's the house. I will show off. This is spoken for, but I will show off my running pour as well. Um, so this one I posted on Instagram, Facebook the other day. This one is called Strawberry Shortquake, and I am a little shocked that there has been no interest in this one. I don't know if it's like the kind of pinkish color to it, but there is like a reflective blue section right there. I think this one is really cool because it's almost got some like Fordite kind of swirls to it. And then you can see there's almost like a window to like some metallic red resin, uh, like a really cool little pocket in there. That one's also available, ready to be shipped out. And then we have Marbles on Ice. This one is a very cool shape, very unique shape on this one. Um, it looks shorter than it feels, uh, but it is very cool. There's some sparkles in there. There's some color shifts, like some blue to green, some blue to teal. Um, oh, what's up, Hearth and Altar? Actually, you're just in time. So this is one of my marble pours. Like I said, it's got some kind of green to blue color shifts in that marbling in there, and then also debuting my Zeus Yeti coin. Love that coin. Super cool. Um, so Tim, I'm pretty sure you're on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram, Facebook are the easiest way to DM me if you're interested in one. Just message me. Uh, like I said, Facebook Messenger or Instagram both work really well for me. Uh, and then I also have what's up, Will? Um, and then I also have my emails in my YouTube bio too. In dire straits. Um, And then I kind of debuted one of these live a while back. And a gentleman saw one of my lives, and this is my Ronin pour. So he actually wanted shape that I did. Nick, one of the ones that Nick is getting was a practice run for the shape that he wanted. So this is actually my Ronin pour. Very cool. Almost like a metallic steel gray in there, and then just an absolute beautiful uh pearlescent uh blood red kind of a look to it. Um and then debuting my red Ronin Yeti coin. Love that coin. That one is beautiful. Um, so that's my Ronin pour. So if anybody wanted one, I can pour up a Ronin pour. And I think that's it for state of affairs. Um, but yeah, Tim, if you're interested, anybody else is interested, just DM me on Facebook, Instagram, email me if you want as well. I've got a little bit more time, unfortunately, now for the shop, but also I have a little bit more time to build my website. So that's kind of the goal in mind as well. I'm kind of starting to slowly turn away some customs, just because I have so many brushes to finish, and uh, I think it's going to be easier on y'all and me if I have a brush or a website that's built with inventory, so that y'all can then just go peruse and purchase as normal. So uh, I mean, I'm not like completely shutting off customs, but like I'm gonna start like making a list if somebody hits me up. I'm still kind of blown away that there's enough interest in stuff that I'm making to make a list. So that's very humbling, and I appreciate all y'all's support. Um, but it's also if I take on 15, which I hate to turn them away, it just takes time away from building an inventory, and then I get more of the more of the questions about like when am I going to build a website, and then I obviously just don't have the time to build a website because I'm working on the I don't have time to build the inventory for the website. So um yes, just send me a an email, no name bear. So for turns tonight, um I think we're gonna go with this one. This one's super exciting. I'm debating keeping this one for me, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I've got way too many freaking brushes, but this one's gonna look. I think this one's gonna look insane. So I think we're gonna do that one, and then also I poured this one last week. This one's got some Yeti ribbons in it. Um, so those are actually some ribbons from. It might have been this Yeti pour or another one. I can't remember. And then I actually cast them in some like kind of Aurora like Yeti resin, with a mix of a couple different Yeti colors that I use in various Yeti pours up top for the ferrule. So, or what do y'all think? You want to see one of those two, or do you want me to grab something else? You talking about this one, Big Papa? That one's like a beautiful copper ore, and it does have like almost like some hints of some orangish copper in there. Yeah, it's I'm usually I'm not like a pushover or like a total people pleaser, but I'm definitely one that like uh I like to be kind to people whenever I can. And I'm starting to learn with the business, uh it's okay for me to prioritize the business needs instead of making everybody happy because that's probably impossible. All right, where did my chuck key go? All right, so it sounds like everybody wants this one first. The resin fleeking off. Tim, I just got the notification for your message. I will check it when I'm done, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and start it. I think I'm going to shoot for. Um, Actually, I might go for this. We might try for that. All right, let me get my goggles on. Actually, let me close my garage door too. All right, now we're really going to start to bake. All right. Yeah, I do a face shield with wood. With wood and then certain resin blanks, I'll do a face shield, but face shield gets too it gets too much like residue built up on it. And it's also much hotter. Um, so I don't prefer it, but I always got mine nearby. We're gonna have to start baking in this garage now. Yeah, that handle is long and chunky. It's long and chunky. Okay. I'm gonna shorten it a little bit before I start working on the barrel. So the shield, I get the logic. The glasses don't really, because they're like sporty, so they're not too bad. So they don't really fog up. The face shield does because I'm breathing humid air on the shield, which is another reason why I don't prefer it. Right. I thought I would need more resin than I did since I figured those ribbons were going to eat up some resin when I over poured the base. I might not be able to do that one. Let's see. That's fine. You're wondering why the damn uh, vacuum was not catching anything. The damn fan was right behind me. And subsequently, the whole fan was full of them. All right. Let me see. Where was that handle at? Oh, damn. Yeah. I up until circumstances changed a little over a week ago, I was planning on getting one of those big badass 32-inch shop fans. Now it's going to be do with this my little box that I have. Where did mine was? What's up, Aaron? Thought about turning yours tonight. All right, now one thing I'm concerned about is coming out through the bottom. So I'm going to check my depth right now, and got 23, so we should be okay for a little bit more, but I don't want to go too much deeper. All right, we're gonna go there. And I think we are like just underneath. All right. I don't know if I'll be able to recreate this, but we're gonna try. How that turned out. So we can try to beat that instead. Yeah, we can go with that. That don't be bad. But you guys want to see the what's up, Jordan? We want to see the how the barrel's looking. And you guys can kind of see in Scene World, I almost went too deep. Uh, that's a pretty badass barrel. All right, so then we're gonna go. We're just gonna flare it. Yeah, this might be really cool. All right, I'm gonna flip it because I want to taper that belly before I get more narrow on that barrel. Yeah, exactly. I'll show you. While I got it out, I'll show you what the barrel looks like now. Glacial ice, Aaron. What's up, Jose? Pretty cool. Still way too long. Uh, what's up, Barry? That yeah, it just kind of depends. Um, Honestly, I just kind of try to get creative with the color. Are you talking about this specific one or color shifters in general? Right. Let's look it up. It's not very well. This one's almost like a lighthouse. Try not to blow it up with the mini. Oh, dumb. Right. Let me check the back out now. Could have made my one more bird. Yeah, I'm not be killing it without that fan now. That's for sure. All right, it was pretty smooth. We're gonna hit it with that negative break, anyways. All right, like some chatter in there. Come on. Most of it. More little paths. About it. Think about it. All right, let me give it a quick sand. Show y'all. This is going to be really cool. Probably not in love with the way the barrel turned out, but still going to look pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I haven't checked the comments, but I don't think anybody's claimed it. I think somebody had a cool name for it, the White Walker. That's a cool name for it. It's right. Oh yeah, awesome. Thanks, Delvin. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna show it off here in just a second. Smoking some alcohol. I go to 5,000. Bury that. I used to do micro mesh all the way up, which is 12,000. And I just think it's diminishing returns. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate it, my friend. But honestly, I think a lot of it is the pre-prep that I do. I mean, I'm not probably not experienced enough yet to say, but I think that when you're turning it and you're running that tool along it, even like a super sharp, unless you get a perfect planing cut with a skew chisel and it's sharp, you're gonna have tool marks and lines. So I love doing the I cross sand immediately off the lathe because you can see, I don't know if you can, with all these little lines and ridges right here on the barrel from the turning marks. So then what I'm doing is I'm basically pre-prepping the sand by finishing by smoothing out the surface first, so that then I start my wet sanding progression already with a smooth surface. Logically, it's always made sense to me, and it's I think I'm the only person that does it. Maybe it doesn't do anything, but it's just kind of become my process. want to round off that curve in that barrel just a little bit. Definitely not something you can do, but as long as you get a light with it, you got it secured. Yeah, I thought about doing that, bury that, but unfortunately, some elements in my game I got to keep in the tool belt. I would love to. I mean, I'd love to show you all every aspect of what I do. That's when I'm enthusiastic about something. I'm no hold barred, but I'm also brand new on the scene and trying to make a name for myself. So I don't want abominable creations techniques to come out and then everybody thinks I'm copying other people when I invented them. All right, y'all ready? I know I'm excited. Cowboy fits pretty good in the hand. It could probably be a little bit more comfortable on the back end, but it's not bad. Again, I over poured the base and under poured the barrel. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool because you can actually, if I hold this up to the light, I'm gonna blind y'all. You can see through it. It's kind of cool because those yeah, that came out pretty damn good. And then it's color shifting too. And then you can see that barrel. Some of the shifts on top. There's a good look. I got a little close right there, I guess, on that barrel. Oh, maybe not. That's actually the barrel looking up. So, um, pretty cool. That one is available. Y'all let me know. I'll call that one White Walker. I like that name. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one again. All right, one last look. Then I gotta set the fan up. I am freaking sweating like hell. Pretty cool stuff. All right, we set the fan back up. 84 and 75% humidity. Oh, nice. Next pulled it off. Awesome. I was wondering if game five was tonight. Good for them. All right, let's do this other one. And then I'm calling it. I'm freaking exhausted. Actually, we might just go classic. Abominable creation signature on this one. Let's see what we get into. Yeah, this one's got some very expensive mic. Got more. This one's gonna be nasty. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go abominable creation signature on this one. Right. You could, huh? Right. Actually, further down. So I'm basically marking a spot. It's going to show me the depth of the socket because a couple of my turns lately, I've been getting a little too narrow on the finger cut. So I want to avoid that. We're not going to do involvement creation second term. We're going to create all of it. If it's ugly, I'll just keep it. I love just putting features and brushes that are impossible to sand. Idiot. Yeah, that's pretty beautiful, huh? Yeah. All right, running around. Aaron, I won't get to it tonight, but did you want me to do yours live? We meaning to message you about that. Way too high. Okay, Aaron. Yeah, I can probably do it tomorrow. To be honest with you, yours is next up, and it was on my list for this week anyway. So, if you want it before you leave, I can definitely do it tomorrow. I will. I'll let you know. I gotta see how tomorrow goes, but I'll let you know. I'll definitely like shoot you a message if I'm gonna if I'm gonna do the live. Um, yeah. So vary that. The most common knot size is 26 millimeters. Um, I depends on personal preference. I personally 26 is good, but I personally prefer some bigger knots. But the majority of gentlemen prefer 26. So I do all of mine for 26. And my knots that I supply are all 26 millimeter as well. So like if you wanted to, if you were interested in getting a handle from me and you wanted to buy a knot with it, mine are all 26. Actually, I might take that down. So that Bitcoin wall pretty deep. Yeah. There we go. When you're in little corners like that, it's so annoying to sand, but man, it does look good. Yeah, it feels. Yeah. This one's it's a little funkier than the palm, but it's a really cool shape. Don't mind it. Just have a break from that damn. Apparently, the worst for your hearing is that white noise from like a consistent screech from like a chop mouth. Yeah, congrats, Jeremy. That's awesome, man. Yeah, when you cut that cleanly, there's just nothing to even like sand off. Aaron, you wanted a jar style, right? If I recall, click. Oh, we're doing, man. Getting by. Applied to 4 jobs this week, so now it's just the waiting game. Thanks for asking. See you, no name. Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, the reason why this is a nightmare is because it's a curve, and I have these massive sausage fingers. So like getting down into that curve to like sand is a freaking nightmare. But it's worth it once the brush is finished and it's got that cool shape to it. Yeah, Josue's got a jar style. Jeremy, have you used your avalanche knots yet? I forgot to text you back. This one's gonna scream when I put alcohol on it. Nice, man. Excited to hear what you think. What's your first impressions of the knot? I know you haven't used it yet, but I'm curious how you like that avalanche knot. Josue's been loving his. I mean, Scott, you can add the cart now before the alcohol. So, like we talked about it the last live, this would be one of the ones that I would have to charge more for because the mica powder is like 3 times the price of like the standard powders. Not like a lot, like probably 5, 10 bucks more, something like that. But like when I put the alcohol on this one, you guys are going to see why. I mean, I love hearing that too, Jeremy. Those were some stunners. I'm not gonna lie, those are some stunners that you got. Um, if you didn't fall in love with Limelight, I was probably gonna end up keeping that one. It's tough. I mean, they're all. I want to keep all of them. They're all my babies, but I guess I'm okay with a million guys dating my daughter. That's borderline thin, but I think it's because it tapers. It's fine. All right. Oh, we did not. Damn, I didn't even finish the ferrule on the last one. Uh, I gotta show you the last one, anyways, Jeremy. You're gonna love it. The last one we did that Yeti NA, but somebody came up with a better name. We're gonna call it White Walker. I have a feeling when I tell Eric about that one being named White Walker, he might want it to match his White Walker base. All right, let me just drill the mandrel hole. It's already fucking midnight. All right, y'all want to see this one? Try to get the best lighting I can. Yeah. Wow. You see the shift? Yeah, that's why that mica powder is way more expensive. I don't know if y'all can see that slight like bluish hue it kind of gets. What y'all think of that shape? Oop, almost dropped it. Something new on the fly. Feels pretty good. It's a little blocky on the back half, but it's still really comfortable. What y'all think? Those more expensive micas worth it? That black dye really sets it off too. All right, one more look, and then I'm gonna show Jeremy that White Walker handle. I mean, golly, just look at that. Same deal. They don't do it justice. Whoever ends up with that one is gonna get that one in person once it's finished, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, this was way." It's like a pleasant surprise. So, all right, let's go through a quick inventory rundown, and then we'll show off White Walker. So we got Green Power Ranger, Mighty Morphin. That one, these all need to be finished, but they are available. If you are interested in one, just DM me, and I will prioritize finishing it. We got a jar style. This one I turned live last week. It's got some beautiful it's like a slight gold color shifter in it. It's got a totally like kind of a hue to it, and then like a dark, almost like a really dark magenta like Merlot color like style purple. That one's available. Um, this one's really cool. This is another different shape. Um, it's got like almost like this color's called I can't remember what it's called, but it's almost like a hot magenta pink, but it's almost like a masculine in a masculine way with some golds to it. There's some black dye in there too, I think, and then there's actually some little clear spots in the resin as well. Um, Let me see what else. We've got like a complete glitter bomb over here. This one's really cool because it looks purple, but there's literally just glitter in this one. And it's like a purple holographic glitter that's actually, there's so much glitter density that it's actually giving it like a purple kind of hue to it. That one is available unclaimed, just needs to be finished. We've got the Yeti hive. Yeti hive is available. You can see it's got some really cool hive lines there on the bottom. I've been trying to get a little bit out of my comfort zone by doing some hive lines brushes. Nicholas is getting one of them. Same deal, just needs to be finished. That one is available. Um, this is a shape that I'm doing a custom for a gentleman. So this was a practice run on this shape. So this one is available. This has got like a really nice rich color shifting kind of blue to it. And then it might look like really dark in there, but it's actually like it's actually a red dye. So there's actually like some spots of red throughout it. So it's like a blue and red type of deal. That one is almost assuredly going to get a Voodoo Yeti label coin. Actually, let me oh, I got one right here. I mean, come on. Match made in heaven. There you can see some of the reds are popping. So that one is also available. Just seems to be finished. Just let me know. Um, if anybody wants me to go over any of the like finished, ready to ship ones, like strawberry shortquake, that is ready to go. She is ready for a knot and to be shipped out tomorrow. Um, Marble on Ice, debut of the Zeus Yeti coin. That one is ready to go. This is like a copper ore jar. This one is ready to go. That's ready to be shipped out as well. Beautiful colors, like shimmering metallics in that, with some contrasting black in there and like a gunmetal gray. Um, this one is beautiful. I'm actually, there's a little bit of glue that I'm still trying to get off, but I might knock like $5 off of this one. This one is really, really cool. It's got some color shifts in there with some turquoise. It's almost like an ice age kind of effect. Like I might name that like teal ice age, or I don't know, turquoise ice age, something like that. That one's going to be gorgeous. Lon Phillips. So if I can't get the glue, I'll just call this one would be 60. Like I said, it's not a terrible defect. It's just kind of like a little schmutz on there, which I got some super glue remover. I'm going to try to get the rest of it off. But I could go 60 on that one. Uh, and then I've also got this beautiful color shifting one, jar style, right here. gorgeous. And that one is so comfortable. It's not even funny. I also do have a molten pour. This is only the third molten pour ever. This one is ready to be finished. If anybody's interested in that one, and that one will get the signature molten pour coin, the molten Yeti. Yeah, that feral sweet lure, the whole thing. I love this. I love this whole shape. Like I said, if I didn't already have 8 million brushes, I would totally keep this one. Um, yeah, that molten pour is nasty. And I did another molten pour with some of those expensive mica powders. So um this one's freaking fantastic though. That's what we were going for, Jeremy. Brett, you want this one? Uh just DM me, man. Okay. Yeah, just DM me. And then I'll get that one finished up probably tomorrow. Like I said, it's just gotta be sanded and finished. And then this was White Walker, Jeremy. This one, let me try to get the lighting right again because you can actually like see through this. It's like kind of prismatic. Very cool. And then that feral is a bunch of it's kind of like a mishmash of a couple different Yeti, couple of different blues that I use in my Yeti pours. And you can see all those Yeti ribbons. It's got some shifting in it. That one is pretty cool. So that's where we're at, gentlemen. But I have got to yeah, cold fire, there you go. I like White Walker. I think that's a cool name for it. And then that might be, if it's a hot item, then maybe it becomes an actual consistent pour too. But listen, there's plenty to choose from, Big Papa. We haven't even gotten into the big box. That's oh, actually, I did do this one too. I forgot about this one. So many freaking brushes. That's like a purplish, like a lavender marble pour. Forgot about that one. That's just, it's just casually in the box of 900 other brushes that I need to finish. So is this the other one? And then this is the other molten blank. Uh Video's probably not doing justice. I actually have two more molten blanks right here. And then this is Aaron's blank, who is in the chat right now. He wanted a Mizzou Tigers themed jar style brush. So That's the one that I think we're gonna do live. So Aaron, just think a little bit, I guess tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get it tomorrow. Um, if you want it, like this is like probably 2.5 inches long, 2.5 inches tall. This one is like a touch shorter. I guess just think on because I made your blank. Your blank's got flexibility, like it's pretty tall. So just let me know how big you want the jar. Like this one's almost like a mix of the two, where it's kind of slender with a little bit of bulbous to it. So it's better like that. So molten blank may have a home. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do. I've only got about like. Well, I probably have 6 or 7 actually, like actual pours that I'll repeat. The good thing is I change my shapes up like pretty much every. I have no idea how to turn still, so pretty much every time I turn something, it's going to be different. So even if I do like 17 moltens, they're going to be all different shapes. So it's going to be the same pour, but just different shapes. So all right, boys, you guys got any other questions? Want to see anything else? I actually I had one that was the perfect vol brush. Um, and Big Papa is a Tennessee fan. Actually, Big Papa's a orange fan. He just likes orange. Um, he passed on it. Eric Easy Money, who I don't know if he's still in here, he passed on it. Um, so I just sold one to another gentleman who has no affiliation with UT. Um, but it was freaking gorgeous. But you just let me know. I've had to if my gators are good, I might be a little bit more averse to it. But I have no room to talk shit. So make whatever SEC brush. I'll make a Georgia brush, but I'm gonna pretend that it's a Bulls brush, Chicago Bulls. Thanks, Nicholas. Like I said, man, I'm gonna get that black and the one with the hive lines has got a little bit of my like it's like an automotive polish that I use to like just kind of remove any like it's like a last minute shine type of deal. And it looks like there's some that kind of got stuck in some of the grooves. So I got to get that the hive lines cleaned up for you, and then I'm gonna get knots mounted in all of them, and then I'll obviously send you some videos of all the brushes um, with knots mounted in them, and then I'll probably get them out to you on Monday. I'm thinking because they're all done, so I just got to get them boxed up, packaged up, and everything. And then don't let me forget, I owe you some BBS soap shop samples too. So uh, you're not bothering me or like bugging me. Just nudge me like, hey, remember you said you were going to throw in some BBS soap shop samples. So just make sure that you don't let me forget about that. Because I will forget. All right, boys. Try to see if there's anything else cool to show you guys. Well, I could probably show you all some inside stuff. Some more 3D print brushes on the way. Pretty cool. BBS Live brushes. I don't know when the collab is coming, but I literally just they're all done. I just need to put coins. I need to make my Forstner bit slipped on a couple of them, so I got to specially size a couple coins for the last like 4 BBS brush. Actually, you guys want to see some of those? Some of them have coins. You guys want to see those? Give it just a second. Screw it. Just gonna grab one. Might as well grab three. So these are a couple of the BBS Live collab brushes that will be coming out when the soap set drops. And you can see there is a special edition coin. And those brushes, these are just a couple of them. And of course, we had to do a jar style in that drop. As far as I know, the soap sets are. Does that look schmutzy? Looks schmutzy for some reason. As far as I know, the soap sets are on their way to the razor company. I think right now. I'm not 100% sure. But whenever that drops, I'm gonna be selling the brushes directly. So if you want a brush to go with the soap set, you just reach out to me. Um, again, this is why I really need to like get my website built because it'd be a lot easier logistically to just post these for y'all. Um, I got to figure out how I'm gonna list them so it's like like pretty fair without being like a hey DM me if it's available. So I got to figure out how to do that. Um, but there's about or five of them. Um, five of them that are all good to go. So uh, that's the update on the BBS Live collab as well. So on that note, uh, I'm probably gonna go grab a bag of sharp cheddar cheese, put on Creed 2, and just eat cheese and probably pass out. Sounds good. All right, boys. Thank you everybody for joining me. It was another fun one. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody's support. The interest in these brushes is truly humbling, and I definitely got a lot going on outside of this right now. So it's really it's a great boost to have a lot of appreciation and support for this. So um, I can't thank y'all enough tuning in and checking everything out. I appreciate all of y'all. So on that note, I am going to catch y'all later. Uh, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye.